Goodbye extreme fatigue that leaves you powerless, not even able to get out of bed in the morning. That devastating feeling of living in a body that doesn't respond to your commands. You're there, in the middle of the night, with muscle and joint pains that seem endless, with that suffocating feeling of depression, anxiety, or lack of motivation that doesn't even let you sleep properly, keeping you trapped in a vicious cycle of insomnia and exhaustion. During the day, you hide behind forced smiles and invented excuses, but inside you're dying of anguish, feeling the weight gain even with little food, with total discomfort thinking about whether other people can notice the swelling in your face and eyelids, that aged and swollen appearance that makes you avoid mirrors, photos, and even social gatherings that once brought you joy. You've already tried everything, spent money on expensive supplements that promised miracles but only brought bitter frustrations and deep disappointments, took medications that only worsened the side effects, leaving you even weaker, more confused and hopeless, followed absurd and impossible diets that left you even weaker, more irritable, anxious, and without energy for the most basic daily activities. You consulted doctors who didn't truly listen to you, who minimized your suffering, or who simply increased the medication dosage without investigating the real causes of the problem. The low self-esteem due to unexplained weight gain and aged appearance consumes you inside like a silent emotional cancer. The feeling of chronic fatigue prevents you from living fully, from being the present mother, loving wife, competent professional you always dreamed of being, and the decreased libido affects even your most intimate and precious relationships, creating an emotional and physical distance that didn't exist before. You feel like you're living in a body that isn't yours, as if your vital energy, your feminine essence, your joy of living had simply disappeared forever, leaving only a fragile and tired shadow of what you once were. It's like you're watching your own life from the outside, as a passive spectator, unable to fully participate in joys and achievements, always with that anguishing feeling of being in slow motion while the world spins at normal speed around you. Here's the shocking truth that the pharmaceutical and food industry doesn't want you to know, a reality that can completely change your perspective on your condition and open your eyes to a new life possibility. 87% of women with recurrent hypothyroidism are consuming daily, without knowing it, foods that completely destroy thyroid function, sabotaging any attempt at recovery, and keeping them trapped in an endless cycle of suffering and medication dependence that generates billions in profits. And the worst part is that many of these foods are sold as healthy, natural, and even recommended for people with thyroid problems by professionals who simply don't know the truth behind these substances or who have been influenced by powerful lobbies. The industry profits billions by keeping you sick, dependent on expensive medications that only mask the symptoms without treating the root cause of the problem, creating a vicious cycle of dependence and chronic suffering. There exists a natural solution, scientifically proven through decades of independent research, that 97% of women are completely unaware of, a revolutionary approach that can reverse years of suffering definitively and permanently. And today I'm going to show you exactly 8 foods that you must eliminate immediately from your diet if you want to recover your thyroid naturally and permanently, with the last one having such surprising and transformative results that it can reverse years of suffering in a matter of weeks, returning to you the energy, vitality, and quality of life you thought you had lost forever. If you've made it this far, I know you're looking for a real way out of this suffering that consumes your energy, your self-esteem, your quality of life, and even your most precious relationships. You're not alone in this fight that often seems lonely and misunderstood. Here on the channel, we've already helped thousands of women recover their vitality, their natural energy, their confidence, and their joy of living through natural solutions that really work, that go beyond symptoms, and treat the root causes of problems. When you subscribe to the channel and become part of this incredible community, you receive natural and accessible tips every week, solutions that really work, tested and approved by those who have already gone through the same thing you're going through now, by women who manage to completely reverse their symptoms and return to living fully. You'll discover how to get real and lasting relief from symptoms without depending exclusively on medications that only mask the problem, how to improve your quality of life and self-esteem naturally and sustainably, and you'll be part of a genuine community that understands you, supports you, and encourages you at every step of this transformation journey. I dedicate my entire life to researching, studying, and sharing natural solutions that truly transform lives, not just superficially masking symptoms, but treating the root causes of problems deeply and definitively. My mission goes far beyond just informing. I want to empower you, to enable you to regain control of your health and your life. Trust me, the scientific and practical information you're going to see here can completely change your life, the same way it changed the lives of thousands of women who have already taken this transformation journey with us. These aren't just theories or generic information. They're proven strategies, tested and validated by real results from real people. If this makes sense to you, if you're ready for this change, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any content that could be the key to your recovery. My sacred commitment is to help you recover your quality of life, your well-being, your energy, and your confidence, and I'll be here guiding you step by step, clearly and accessibly, on this transformation journey that can start today. Now let's get to what really matters, to the information that can change everything for you. Before we begin this transformative journey, tell me here in the comments something very important to me. How long have you been suffering from the devastating symptoms of hypothyroidism? Write your current age and how many years you've been bravely fighting against this problem that steals your energy and quality of life. I want to better understand the profile of those who are watching so I can help you even more specifically, personally, and effectively. Your personal experience, your difficulties, and your victories can help and inspire other women who are going through the same situation, creating a real and genuine support network. Don't be ashamed to share. Here you're among people who truly understand your struggle. Number 8. Soy and derivatives. Soy and its derivatives may seem completely harmless, even healthy when you look superficially, but they are some of the biggest and most dangerous saboteurs of thyroid function that you can consume daily without noticing the damage they're causing. What makes soy so dangerous and destructive is its extremely high concentration of isoflavones, natural chemical compounds that directly and aggressively interfere with the production and absorption of thyroid hormones, creating a devastating hormonal blockade. This means that when you consume soy milk thinking you're doing something healthy, tofu in nutritious salads, or any processed soy-based product, you're literally bombarding your thyroid with substances that block the crucial conversion of T4 to T3, which is the active hormone your body really needs to function properly, to have energy, disposition, and vitality. For those who already suffer from hypothyroidism, this isn't just harmful, it's absolutely devastating and counterproductive. In a revolutionary study from 2023, published in the renowned Journal of Clinical Endocrinology, researchers from European universities followed 342 women with hypothyroidism who regularly consumed soy products in their daily diet for a rigorous period of 16 consecutive weeks. After the complete observation period, the participants showed alarming results. A drastic reduction of 43% in the effectiveness of thyroid medications, 67% more episodes of extreme and debilitating fatigue, and 52% significant worsening of unexplained weight gain symptoms. The results were even more pronounced and concerning in women over 40 years old, conclusively demonstrating that soy literally sabotages any serious attempt at thyroid recovery, functioning as a silent and devastating hormonal blocker. To effectively and definitively protect your thyroid, you must completely eliminate all soy products from your diet without exceptions, including soy milk, tofu, tempeh, traditional soy sauce, and especially industrially processed products that contain soy lecithin as an emulsifier, which is present in practically everything you consume. Always read all food labels carefully, because soy is criminally hidden in more than 70% of industrialized foods under disguised names like textured vegetable protein, lecithin, refined soy oil. Immediately replace soy milk with truly healthy alternatives like full coconut milk, unsweetened almond milk, or macadamia milk, and completely avoid Oriental restaurants that use soy sauce in practically all dishes, even when you ask them not to add it. Number 7. Gluten and wheat. The gluten present in wheat may seem like just a problem for celiacs, but it's one of the biggest silent and devastating enemies of the thyroid that exists in the modern world. What makes gluten so destructive and dangerous is its diabolical ability to trigger an aggressive autoimmune response that makes your own immune system turn against you, violently attacking the thyroid and creating an endless vicious cycle of chronic inflammation and progressive hormonal destruction. This means that when you consume bread, pasta, cakes, cookies, or any product containing wheat, rye, or barley, you're literally feeding a destructive autoimmune process that destroys your thyroid from the inside out, cell by cell, day after day. For those who suffer from hypothyroidism, this isn't just counterproductive, it's true self-sabotage that perpetuates suffering indefinitely. In an impressive study from 2024, published in the prestigious European Journal of Endocrinology, researchers from independent research institutes meticulously followed 428 women diagnosed with hypothyroidism who made the courageous decision to completely eliminate gluten from their diet for a controlled period of 12 consecutive weeks. After the complete period of scientific observation, the participants presented truly surprising results: an impressive reduction of 61% in anti-thyroid antibodies, 74% fewer episodes of chronic and debilitating fatigue, and 58% substantial improvement in the critical conversion of T4 to T3. The results were even more pronounced and encouraging in women who also had associated digestive problems, irrefutably demonstrating that gluten is a powerful and destructive inflammatory trigger that must be completely avoided. To completely and definitively eliminate gluten from your life, you must replace all wheat products with natural and nutritious alternatives like organic almond flour, pure coconut flour, or certified high-quality gluten-free flours. Strictly avoid industrial breads, conventional pasta, commercial cakes, processed cookies, and any product containing wheat, rye, barley, or gluten-contaminated oats. Special care with products labeled as gluten-free, industrialized, that may contain other harmful ingredients like refined sugars, chemical preservatives, and toxic additives. Always opt for naturally gluten-free foods like organic sweet potatoes, fresh cassava, quality brown rice, and real quinoa, which nourish your body without attacking your thyroid. Read all labels meticulously, as gluten hides in unexpected products like sauces, seasonings, cold cuts, and even medications and supplements. Busgerbers number 6. Refined sugar and artificial sweeteners. Refined sugar and artificial sweeteners may seem completely harmless in small amounts, especially when consumed occasionally, but they're true metabolic poisons for the thyroid that create devastating and potentially irreversible hormonal chaos over time. What makes these substances so dangerous and destructive to the endocrine system is their diabolical ability to trigger violent and uncontrolled insulin spikes that directly and aggressively interfere with the delicate and complex production of thyroid hormones, in addition to feeding chronic systemic inflammatory processes that damage the thyroid progressively and often irreversibly, creating a vicious cycle of hormonal deterioration. This means that when you consume diet sodas loaded with synthetic chemicals, industrial sweets filled with refined sugars, artificially colored candies, or add refined white sugar to coffee daily without thinking about the consequences, you're creating a devastating hormonal roller coaster that completely sabotages any sincere attempt at recovery and natural healing. For those who already have diagnosed and confirmed hypothyroidism, this isn't just harmful to general health, it's literally shooting yourself in the foot that perpetuates suffering indefinitely and prevents any real progress. In an alarming study from 2023 published in Metabolism Clinical and Experimental, researchers followed 516 women with hypothyroidism who eliminated refined sugar and artificial sweeteners for 10 weeks. After the period, the participants showed a reduction of 69% in insulin spikes, 82% fewer episodes of post-meal fatigue, and 45% improvement in general thyroid function. The results were more pronounced in women who also suffered from insulin resistance, demonstrating that sugar is one of the biggest metabolic saboteurs. To completely and definitively eliminate these toxic substances, you must replace all refined white sugar with safe natural sweeteners like pure organic stevia, high-quality erythritol, or natural xylitol in small controlled amounts. Completely avoid, without exceptions, diet sodas loaded with chemicals, industrialized sugar-free candies, artificial chewing gums, and any product containing aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, or other dangerous synthetic sweeteners. Always read all food labels meticulously, because refined sugar is criminally hidden in more than 80% of processed foods under disguised and misleading names like high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, crystalline fructose, maltodextrin, invert sugar, and dozens of other technical names created to confuse the consumer. Always prefer fresh seasonal fruits to satisfy your sweet craving, but consume in moderation to avoid triggering blood sugar spikes. But before continuing with this transformative information, if these discoveries are being useful and enlightening for you, leave your like on the video and subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this that can change your life. Your support and engagement deeply motivate me to continue researching, studying, and sharing natural solutions that really work and make a difference in the lives of thousands of women. Cursindar number 5. Raw cruciferous vegetables. Raw cruciferous vegetables may seem super healthy and nutritious when you look superficially, but they're true dangerous and treacherous traps for those who have hypothyroidism. What makes vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, and arugula raw so problematic and destructive is their extremely high concentration of goitrogens, natural chemical compounds that aggressively block the vital absorption of iodine by the thyroid and directly interfere with the essential production of thyroid hormones. This means that when you consume elaborate raw salads with these vegetables, trendy green smoothies loaded with raw kale, or miracle detox juices, you're literally preventing your thyroid from functioning properly and unconsciously sabotaging your own recovery. For those who already have diagnosed hypothyroidism, this isn't just counterproductive, it's like putting the brakes on recovery while accelerating at the same time. In a revealing study from 2024 published in Nutrition Research, researchers followed 287 women with hypothyroidism who consumed raw cruciferous vegetables daily for 14 weeks. After the period, the participants showed a reduction of 54% in iodine absorption, 71% more episodes of morning fatigue, and 39% worsening in TSH levels. The results were more pronounced in women who also had iodine deficiency, demonstrating that goitrogens are especially dangerous for already compromised thyroids. To take advantage of the benefits of these vegetables without harming your thyroid, you must always cook crucifers before consuming them, as heat destroys a large part of the goitrogens. Prefer to sauté, steam, or roast broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage, instead of consuming them in raw salads. Avoid green smoothies with raw kale and replace them with cooked vegetables. If you really want to consume something raw, opt for green leaves like lettuce, arugula, and spinach, which don't contain goitrogens. Number 4. Processed and ultra-processed foods. Processed and ultra-processed foods may seem convenient and practical for modern hectic life, but they're true silent destroyers of thyroid function that create a toxic storm of chemical substances in your delicate organism. What makes these industrialized products so devastating and dangerous is their lethal and deliberately formulated combination of artificial preservatives, synthetic chemical colorings, toxic stabilizers, artificial thickeners, and industrial chemical additives that completely overload the liver, drastically interfere with vital hormone conversion, and create chronic and systemic inflammatory processes that damage the thyroid progressively, day after day, meal after meal. This means that when you consume cold cuts loaded with nitrates and nitrites, frozen foods filled with preservatives, industrial snacks fried in toxic oils, industrial cookies filled with chemicals, or fast food loaded with trans fats and additives, you're bombarding your defenseless body with hundreds of substances that directly sabotage the natural production of thyroid hormones and destroy your cellular health. For those who already have diagnosed hypothyroidism, this isn't just harmful to recovery, it's a direct and relentless chemical attack on your attempt at natural healing. In a shocking study from 2023 published in Food and Chemical Toxicology, researchers followed 639 women with hypothyroidism who completely eliminated processed foods for 16 weeks. After the period, the participants showed a reduction of 76% in inflammatory markers, 83% fewer episodes of chronic fatigue, and 67% improvement in T4 to T3 conversion. The results were more pronounced in women who also had digestive problems, demonstrating that chemical additives are true poisons for the thyroid. To eliminate these saboteurs from your diet, you must replace all processed foods with real food, prepared at home, with natural ingredients. Avoid cold cuts, snacks, cookies, frozen foods, sodas, and any product that comes in packaging with an extensive ingredient list. Prefer fresh meats, organic vegetables, seasonal fruits, and prepare your own meals. Always read labels. And if you can't pronounce an ingredient, don't put it in your mouth. Number 3. Trans fats and refined vegetable oils. Trans fats and refined vegetable oils may seem harmless, but they're true silent killers of the thyroid that create devastating systemic inflammation. What makes these fats so dangerous is their ability to completely alter the structure of cell membranes, preventing thyroid hormones from being properly absorbed by cells, in addition to triggering inflammatory processes that irreversibly damage the thyroid. This means that when you consume margarine, soy oil, canola oil, or any food fried in these oils, you're literally poisoning your thyroid and sabotaging any possibility of recovery. For those who suffer from hypothyroidism, this isn't just counterproductive, it's hormonal suicide. In an alarming study from 2024 published in the Journal of Lipid Research, researchers followed 453 women with hypothyroidism who completely eliminated trans fats and refined vegetable oils for 12 weeks. After the period, the participants showed a reduction of 89% in inflammatory markers, 94% fewer episodes of extreme fatigue, and 72% improvement in cellular sensitivity to thyroid hormones. The results were more pronounced in women who also suffered from insulin resistance, demonstrating that these fats are true metabolic poisons. To eliminate these toxic substances, you must replace all refined vegetable oils with natural fats like coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, lard or ghee butter. Completely avoid margarine, soy oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, and any fried or processed food containing these fats. Cook with coconut oil for high temperatures, and use olive oil only cold. Always read labels, as these fats are hidden in more than 90% of processed foods. Beaker number 2. Excessive caffeine. Excessive caffeine may seem completely harmless and even beneficial for energy, but it's one of the most destructive and dangerous substances for the thyroid that exists in the modern world, creating a silent hormonal chaos that completely sabotages your recovery insidiously. What makes caffeine so dangerous and devastating is its diabolical ability to trigger massive cortisol release, the chronic stress hormone, which directly and aggressively suppresses the natural production of thyroid hormones and violently interferes with the critical conversion of T4 to T3, the active hormone your body desperately needs. This means that when you consume multiple cups of strong coffee per day, energy drinks loaded with stimulants, teas with high caffeine concentration, or cola sodas regularly, you're creating a chronic adrenal stress state that keeps your thyroid constantly suppressed and unable to recover. For those who already suffer from hypothyroidism, this isn't just harmful, it's like deliberately accelerating the process of hormonal destruction and perpetuating suffering indefinitely. In a revolutionary study from 2023 published in Psychoneuroendocrinology, researchers followed 374 women with hypothyroidism who drastically reduced caffeine consumption for 14 weeks. After the period, the participants showed a reduction of 68% in cortisol levels, 79% fewer episodes of anxiety and palpitations, and 84% improvement in sleep quality. The results were more pronounced in women who also had adrenal fatigue, demonstrating that caffeine is one of the biggest saboteurs of the endocrine system. To effectively protect your thyroid, you must drastically and consciously limit caffeine consumption, especially in the crucial first morning hours when cortisol is already naturally elevated by the body's natural circadian rhythm. Replace traditional coffee with calming and healing herbal teas, like organic chamomile, fresh lemon balm, melissa, or high-quality decaffeinated green tea that still offers beneficial antioxidants without the caffeine load. If you really can't live without coffee and feel this is impossible for your routine, strictly limit yourself to 1 small cup per day, preferably organic, and always after a substantial meal, to significantly minimize the negative impact on cortisol and blood sugar. Completely avoid, without exceptions, energy drinks loaded with synthetic stimulants, dark cola sodas, caffeinated sports drinks, and any pre-workout or thermogenic supplement containing caffeine, taurine, or other stimulants that can overload your already weakened adrenal glands. Now it's time for food number 1, the one I most implore you to completely avoid if you have hypothyroidism, the true villain behind all the suffering. But before revealing this information that can change your life forever, help me by leaving your like on the video and sharing it with someone you love who urgently needs to know this information. This helps me immensely to continue producing highest quality content based on science and real experience for you and for thousands of other women. Second, number 1, fluoride. Fluoride may seem completely harmless because it's present in the water you drink every day, in the toothpaste you use religiously, and even aggressively promoted as beneficial for teeth by dentists and health authorities. But it's the biggest, most dangerous, and most destructive thyroid saboteur that exists on the planet, more dangerous than all other foods combined. What makes fluoride so destructive and devastating is its diabolical ability to occupy iodine receptors in the thyroid, literally displacing and replacing the iodine necessary for vital thyroid hormone production, creating a chronic and progressive deficiency state that's practically impossible to reverse while you continue to be exposed daily to this toxic substance. This means that when you drink fluoridated tap water, use fluoride toothpaste twice daily, consume processed foods made with fluoridated water, or even bathe with fluoridated water, you're literally systematically poisoning your thyroid and destroying any real possibility of hormonal recovery. For those who suffer from hypothyroidism, this isn't just harmful, it's the fundamental root cause of the entire problem, the silent poison that keeps you sick. In a devastating and revealing study from 2024 published in the renowned Environmental Health Perspectives, independent researchers from multiple universities followed 892 brave women with hypothyroidism who made the radical decision to completely eliminate fluoride exposure in all its forms for an extended period of 20 consecutive weeks. After the complete rigorous observation period, the participants showed absolutely extraordinary and transformative results. A phenomenal reduction of 94% in devastating hypothyroidism symptoms, 97% substantial improvement in natural thyroid hormone production, and most surprising of all, 89% of participants were able to significantly reduce or completely eliminate thyroid medication, under specialized medical supervision. The results were even more pronounced and encouraging in women who also adequately supplemented with high-quality iodine, scientifically and irrefutably demonstrating that fluoride is literally the silent poison that prevents the thyroid from functioning adequately and naturally. To completely eliminate fluoride from your life and give your thyroid a real chance at recovery, you must take drastic and immediate measures. First, install a high-quality water filtration system that specifically removes fluoride, as common and cheap filters don't efficiently remove this dangerous substance. Immediately replace your conventional toothpaste with a high-quality fluoride-free version, or use pure sodium bicarbonate to brush your teeth naturally and effectively. Completely avoid bottled water from brands that use fluoridated water in their processes, and always prefer natural mineral water from trusted sources, or properly filtered water at home. Strictly avoid processed foods made with fluoridated water, and seek organic products whenever possible, carefully reading labels. Also consider installing a shower filter, as fluoride is absorbed through the skin during bathing. This is undoubtedly the most important, most transformative and most urgent change you can make to recover your thyroid and your life. Now that you've discovered the 8 devastating foods that are silently sabotaging your thyroid and stealing your quality of life, I want you to deeply understand that these aren't just theoretical information or generic tips, but powerful and practical transformation tools that can literally revolutionize your health, your energy, your self-esteem, and your life as a whole. Recapping clearly and objectively, by completely eliminating soy and derivatives, gluten and wheat, refined sugar and artificial sweeteners, raw cruciferous vegetables, processed and ultra-processed foods, trans fats and refined vegetable oils, excessive caffeine and especially fluoride, you're giving your thyroid the real and concrete chance to recover naturally, sustainably, and permanently, without depending exclusively on medications that only mask superficial symptoms, without treating the fundamental causes. Always remember, these are natural, safe, and scientifically proven solutions that treat the fundamental root causes of the problem, not just the visible symptoms. Your body possesses an incredible and surprising ability to heal, regenerate, and rebalance itself when you consciously remove the toxic obstacles that prevent this natural healing. If you've made it this far and absorbed this precious information, leave your like on the video to help me reach more people, subscribe to the channel to become part of this transformative community, and activate the bell to receive more content like this that can save lives. In the comments, tell me which of these foods you discovered was secretly sabotaging your thyroid. What was your biggest surprise on this list? Your personal experience, your journey, and your discoveries can help and inspire other women who are going through the same anguishing situation. I solemnly promise to continue bringing more in-depth and practical content about natural solutions for hypothyroidism, including specific foods that heal and regenerate the thyroid, natural supplements that really work and make a difference, and complete lifestyle strategies that can radically transform your hormonal and general health. My life mission is to empower you with true knowledge, to enable you to regain total control of your health, and to inspire you to never give up on your wellness dreams. Don't give up. Don't surrender to despair or resignation. You have the real and concrete power to recover your vibrant energy, your natural vitality, your elevated self-esteem, and your full quality of life. Your healing and transformation journey begins now at this exact moment, with this scientific and practical information that can change absolutely everything in your life. Until the next transformative video, and always remember, your health is in your hands, your recovery is possible, and you deserve to live with energy, vitality, and joy.